Well, I've just shit myself, to be honest.
Well, that's a Loch Ness monster. Good day guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Mick.
And I'm Willow.
Today you've joined us at Warkworth Castle. We thought we might as well use up an English Heritage Pass, why not? It is a bit windy, it's very windy actually, it's a little bit chilly but we'll make the day of it, man. We'll have lots of fun like we always do. We'll see what this castle has to offer. Open that trap door.
The Vikings come here.
Well, they would have done, yeah. But I know this castle, although it's been through a few different people, it was built in the 12th century, 1100s and something. Well, that's the first records of it. And it was given to the Percy family by King Henry.
Where have we heard of
The Percy family, because they're a really famous family, a well-known family, but especially back in the day, because they actually had Alnwick Castle. So they used to come from Alnwick Castle to here, but then they ended up preferring this place. Yeah. But what I find interesting is, it's actually the first original castle was actually built by the King of Scotland's son. Not the King of Scotland in the early 1100s, the late 1000s. His son was, apparently he was the Earl of Northumberland, who wasn't called Northumberland then. Scotland.
Country.
Yeah. Obviously Scotland.
Well, even where we come from, it was Scottish once upon a time. Because the English
Geordies
took over more of the...
Yeah, well, when the King of Scotland died, they couldn't decide on who was going to be made king, so the English king says, well, I'll be king until you find one, but they just took the piss.
So is that why William Wallace and everything?
That's exactly William Wallace's story. Yeah, this castle has been fought over so much because it's right in the brinks of the Scots and the English, so it was forever getting battled over, the Scotland and England. It's just, this whole town's laced with history. I think there's a few castles around here actually, but this one's one of the big up to see because it's in the archway of a river as well. You know, perfect surroundings, perfect for helps, you know, keeping attackers away and stuff like that. Location, brilliant. It's nice to be able to walk amongst history.
About castles.
Yes.
4,000 of them in the UK.
This is something to do with the Normans, wasn't it? The Normans came over when they...
It's when they won the Battle of Hastings.
Battle of Hastings and started putting up fortresses and...
claiming the land so they could pacify the Anglo-Saxons. That's basically like start the New World Order, basically, many moons ago. Pacified. What is
pacified? Keeping the peace. Basically, what that means is control. A bit like laws now. Laws are in place to keep the peace and keep people. It's just to control people.
So how much control did they want in Germany? Because Germany apparently has 25,000 castles.
Castles? Oh, they've got 25,000 castles. Mm-hmm. But see, I love out like this. I love ruins, I love castles, I love history where I feel like I'll sit here and imagine what it would have been like all that time ago. Willow on the other hand, she's not too, she'll come and think, well, there's no, yeah, it's ruined, it's boring. It's some bricks. But I get fascinated with stuff like this because I think, you know.
I mean, I don't mind coming here. Just you get more excited about half walls and everything. Where me, I'm just happy sitting, hoping the sun's gonna come out and I can put my feet in the grass. But I've had a walk round it and everything, and
I know that you still enjoy it, but it's not as you don't find this as fascinating as me.
No, I walked in here and I went. Ugh. You walked in, you're like, yay! Home.
Yeah, I just get fascinated by it. Oh, it's like
that's all right.
The way we used to live, and
where I can hear soldiers and everything, and like I can hear things like, so I can just sit here and like
absorb the history and the ambience.
Yeah.
You know, you think like all them years ago when we were just living as tribes and stuff like that, and then when you're about the New World Order and stuff, I think that came about with the Romans. Because before the Romans came along, we just lived as farmers and hunter-gatherers and stuff, and tribes and stuff like that. But then all of a sudden the Romans came over and started building roads and buildings and castles and fortresses. The same Romans built castles too, yeah. And then when they left, that's when the Saxons started like taking over the castles really, because they were just left empty. That's when the battle started between the actual countrymen, because the English earls used to fight for territory all the time. That's how castles ended up getting buggered, because they kept fighting over them. Like this one would have been in between the English and the Scots, so they were constantly fighting over this, and even the English people, even the English earls would fight over it. Wow. And it would just change hands quite a few times, like most castles did. And it's just all a chase of power. Speaking of the police, very loud. You'll just have to see where the rest of the day takes her. canny, innit? So we came down here looking for the hermitage. Apparently there's a hermitage that's been cut out and built into a rock, I believe.
But is that anywhere to be found?
No. Come through some very
Spiky, very
yeah,
spiky.
it's a very spiky walkway. The likes of this sticking out.
And nettles
And when you're wearing a dress,
and little flip-flops.
mhm,
As ever, Willow has come equipped for the occasion.
like always, isn't it?
Well, I've got loads of change of clothes in the van. I just
Well, it's not good in the van, is it, when you're walking through it now?
well, when you're in a castle, when you go into a castle, you've got to look a bit like a princess.
No sign of any hermitage.
Dress back. Probably going to be ripped. Oh, I'm so frightened. Kiss something goes up my skirt. Oh, the walk's cool.
The walk's lovely. As you know, there's a
When stuff's getting you, it's trying to grab your dress off us.
lovely river down here.
Ow! Oh, it's just stabbed us in the head. Ow! Look! How could even that?
Why aye. Besides that rat. Yeah, I'm a bastard, I know. The sun's coming out again, and it's
Get off us, Michael, I'm telling. I'm going home.
look at them all.
Keep people out of the private land. Get off my land. Keeps poking us in the head and everywhere, and like, just, yeah, get out of the way. Did you say come?
I've seen it come up. Oh, nah. I'm so good I missed that. And so I'm stood here on this fence because we've just seen a dolphin. We're walking up this path and I heard but I stopped, didn't I? And I was like, can you hear that? And as soon as we looked at the river, there was a dolphin just come up to the surface and gone back down again. But it's nowhere to be seen now, and I'm absolutely gutted because I never had the camera rolling.
Is it only a baby, that one?
If it was a dolphin, it was only a small one.
Well, what else could it have been though? Coming up like that and breathing like that?
It's just I didn't see a fin.
I didn't see a fin. And I saw the grey, but like, maybe it's possible we both missed the fin then. So I've seen it rolling like, and going back down, so that water's pretty deep then, eh?
Can you imagine if them paddle boarders though, and it comes up to the paddle boarders?
Whoa, because you would not expect that in a river, would you?
Nah.
Well, I've just shit myself, to be honest.
Because my minister thought, oh, that's a Loch Ness monster. I wanted to come back just so I can get it on camera and see it again, and get like to know for sure exactly what it was. Oh, I'm wounded now.
Normally they come in a school.
Like a pod. I want to know what it like.
Was it a whale?
Because I didn't see a dorsal fin.
So what kind of fish has no big fin on the top and breathes air? It's only mammals.
I'll have a look, see if we can see anything else. But I really only want to see it to show you guys as well. The first thing I thought was it was an eel. But eels don't tend to come up to the surface.
And they don't breathe air like that.
No, it was making a noise, wasn't it? It would have been a dolphin. But I didn't see the fin. It'd be great if I could see it. I'd shit myself. Ah, yes. Would have been a porpoise because we'll have to Google it now to see what it could have been. Because
well, porpoises come to my head and they do go in rivers
yeah,
and things.
it was just the way it just came up to the surface and rolled, and it was some size.
It would seem very similar to a dolphin. Or
yeah. I'm scared to move away now in case we miss it again, because obviously it's not something you get to see. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, look, here's a sign for the there it is. Is that the hermitage there? It is, aye. So that's why we couldn't find the hermitage. It's across the river. Should have brought the paddleboard. That would be canny though if we're going along there in a paddleboard and this little porpoise or dolphin just comes up to see you. I shit myself there, and I was in the I shit myself because I didn't know what it was. I thought it was an eel or something, like a massive eel or a Loch Ness monster. Till I remembered, oh yeah, it's a river, the sea's just there, the ocean's just there, so I was really hoping that would come back there, but it...
Michael, don't be sad because it was...
Oh no, I'm definitely not sad. I'm really excited about it and really pleased and blessed that I've got to see that. I'm just confused as to why it's in the river. up here, unless it's getting lost, because we just spoke to a couple of people there, a couple of locals who say that they come to Amble all the time. You know, they're always knocking about the bay and stuff, but to get right up here, unless it's followed some paddle boarders. Well, that is an absolute mystery. I still don't want to leave in case it comes back.
I was hoping with people being on paddleboards it might like, ooh, hello. A bit scaredy catness because it's really quite close, wasn't it?
It was.
On a river you don't think that, you think the fishes are just...
Yeah.
But like...
It was just seeing the size of it roll out the water, like the Loch Ness Monster. Slow and just... Absolutely gobsmacked and absolutely amazed, bewildered. And a little piece gutted that we didn't get to see it again. But I think we'll head back to the van to make a cuppa.
In awe of what we've just...
Yeah, just took the words out of my mouth. In total awe of what we've just seen. Like I say, it's not every day you get to see that.
In a river?
In a river as well.
It was the sound coming off it. I was like, and then out the blowhole.
But I could hear the blowhole, so that's what made me stop and go, can you hear that?
And then it was just like...
So we'll catch us in a bit. I was that determined to see this, whatever it was. I've even sent a drone back over to see if I could see it, but I don't think I did. I've made a coffee. I think we are going to see if I can have a drive about, see if we can find somewhere to park for the night. Oh, wasp. Well, I'm going to go and kill some wasps and find a park for the night. Again, windy. We have found somewhere to pull in. There's a parking area just there. That's free parking, maximum stay 72 hours, no overnight camping, no cooking in your vehicles, and no sleeping in your vehicles. So here, on the side of the road, there's no sign. So I'm assuming there's no restrictions. But we shall find out. I mean, there's nothing to say we can't stay here, we're not hating no one, so... All us is thinking about cooking some tea. Oh, you're making chilli? Yes. The beach is literally just there as well. So apparently there's loads of dolphins, because obviously seeing what we're seeing has just totally, it's just gobsmacked us and just amazed us, because it's not the kind of thing you expect to see in a river, but we did. Chances are it could have been a grey seal. I'm just gutted I never got to get any footage of it. Yeah, I'm going to just have some tea, maybe just go for a wander down the beach and hope that wind dies down a bit, because it is pretty windy. Well, it's on the coast as well, it usually is.
We're used to it. We've got to see.
At least your wind. we've had our tea, which was absolutely delicious. We've let it settle a bit. We've been speaking with another couple of van lifers there, finding out local places around here where there's little pull-in spots next to the beach, because we've never stayed next to the beach before. It's always like countrysides or forests and countrysides and stuff, more inland, because we've grew up on the coast, so the coast's not really a...
It's just like,
But there's I suppose when you come to a different coastline though, so I don't know where I was up to there, because the phone just decided I'll just stop recording just because you're talking shit and I can't be arsed with you, so yeah.
Install your new version now.
So we are going to go out there and indulge in some of this very fresh air and have a walk around this beach and see what it's like. And catch us in a bit. Nice little walk that. Well, I say little walk. It was a nice little walk, wasn't it? Apart from all us getting our legs bit of crap like. Walking through loads of grass. And obviously she was wearing shorts, she didn't come equipped again, so.
Well, I do come equipped. It's British summertime and I'm not giving in.
And now I think we'll just watch the sunset.
Yes, and tonight is the blue moon, full blue moon in the sky.
Hopefully we'll see the moon tonight. Morning, and a glorious morning it is. It is beautiful. No wind, nice sun, it's warm.
It's
beautiful.
Nice,
but I am, it did get pretty late last night when we were sleeping. Somebody did walk past the window on the van and give it as we were walking past. But kids being kids, I think. I've got the doctors today, so I've got to head back home just for an hour and then we're heading back out. Did I get you good there? So I've been to the doctors. A while ago I'd mentioned something about I'd done something to my shoulder. I had lost all the sensation of feeling in my fingers, my arm and stuff like that. I've got the function back in my arm. I still get a bit of discomfort and pain in my neck, my shoulders, and I still haven't got the sensation back. There's like a line of numbness up my forearm to my 2 fingers, and I still haven't getting that back. The recovery I'm doing, I've come off all the drugs, come off all the painkillers and all that.
Is that what they're saying?
Well, they did say when I went, it was last year when I went, and he said, well, you're still smoking cannabis. All your symptoms will be because you smoke cannabis. And it's like, I say something else, so I've stopped smoking cannabis. I've still got the symptoms. So it wasn't the cannabis that was causing all this. He seems to think that because of the amount of damage that was caused to my neck, when I had when I caused whatever damage I caused to it, I've got 2 choices. I can either just live with it and let it be if it's not bothering us too much, or go to see the spinal specialist team in Sunderland. There's possibly could be injections to try and sort the nerve out. So you see, chances are though you're probably stuck with what this is. But I think what we're going to do now is head back to Amble, because Amble is such a beautiful place, and we were so gutted and devastated we had to leave it today. It's only up the road, we're going to have to go through the Tyne Tunnel and drive a little bit, so I think we'll go back to the tunnel and have a trip back to Amble. So we're back again. We did go and have a walk down that river again yesterday next to the castle where we went. Just on the off chance we might see that, whatever it was we seen yesterday, I am kind of convinced it was a seal, because it's obviously done me head in that much. I've searched online, I've done it. Apparently seals get up there, up that river. Getting a little bit chilly now, so the tops are getting put back on. The sun's going down. Yeah, Amble is a very nice, beautiful place. Absolutely love it. We've never been to Amble before. We've been around the outskirts. I think we probably drove through Amble, but we've never stayed here. But yeah, it's a beautiful place, man. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, we're just going to enjoy the rest of the night and chill out. But yeah, guys, please, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up.
And ding on the bell if you can. Ding, ling, ling.
Guys, we'll catch you next time.
Peace out. Peace.
Well. My lass is getting a little bit switched on to what I'm doing. I'm trying to hide behind walls and scare her, but she's getting too clever for that now.
I feel it. I feel the mischief coming out. What were you doing there?
Hide behind the door.